Preloaders, welcome to practice session number 15. 15, wow. Everything's going so fast. All right, look at the backdrop. I mean, it's always so nice, not a cloud in the sky. Anyway, welcome back, guys. As I always say, very happy and proud to call myself a preloader and to have you guys as preloaders. Thank you for setting the example to the motorcycle riding community of how important it is to actually know how to ride this motorcycle, all right? So big ups to you guys. For those of you that have never been to this channel before, welcome to you as well. My name is Robert. I'm a retired NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle lieutenant. I did a wonderful 22-year career with the NYPD. 15 of those years were spent in the motorcycle unit. The name of this channel is called Robert Simmons Paying It Forward, and I created this channel for a few reasons. Firstly, I wanted to share my knowledge, experience, and training that I received from the NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle unit with you guys, with a special focus on slow speed motorcycle operation, because that's the most important aspect of riding this motorcycle, because that skill actually proves that you really know how to ride this motorcycle. 15 miles per hour or less without having your feet out and without feeling intimidated by the motorcycle. At speed, this motorcycle needs very little input from you. It can go by itself. Cruise control, take your hands off the handlebars, it'll be fine. But 15 miles per hour or less, that's when your true skill comes in. And that's what I focus on here on this channel. I also want to help you be the boss of your motorcycle. And all that simply means is you riding this motorcycle 15 miles per hour or less without feeling intimidated by it. Remember, the boss is never intimidated. The boss is in control 100%, and that's what I want you to be when it comes to this motorcycle. And just so we're clear, I'm speaking specifically about being comfortable making right turns, left turns, and U-turns. I'm not talking about dragging your floorboards, making 16, 17, 18-foot U-turns. That's not what the goal is for this channel. That's not what makes you the boss. Yes, you are a boss if you can do that. But like I said in the previous video, there's different levels of bosses. Like there's bosses that can fire you and there's bosses that can't, right? There's bosses that can make certain decisions and there's other bosses that they're not at that level. They can't make those decisions. So what I mean is if you can make right turns and left turns and U-turns and you don't feel intimidated by the motorcycle to make them, they're not extremely wide, you're already the boss. You might be a low-level boss, but you're already the boss of your motorcycle. And for most riders, that's really all you want. Okay, if you aspire to do more, that's fine. But please realize that's not the goal here. Being 16, 17, 18, tight U-turns, dragging your boards. Not the goal at all. It is some people's goal, but we have to crawl before we can walk. All right? Okay, and some of us never want to do that walk. And that's fine too. I want to be sure that everybody knows that. Okay? All right. I also hold practice sessions in this parking lot, usually on a weekly basis. Okay, those practice sessions are free to my preloaders. My preloaders are my subscribers. All right. If you guys are interested in coming out here and practicing with me, go to the description section of this or any of my videos and check out where it says practice sessions. It tells you everything you need to know. But while you're in that description section, take a look at it. A lot of information in there for you guys. Definition of preloader, definition of preload, cone course dimensions. All right. The actual name of the exercises that we do out here. Information about the merchandise that my wife has made for you guys. The link is in there. Information on donations to the channel, that's in there. All right, and if you guys want to send me anything, the address is in there as well. Okay, so all right, with that being said, speaking of merchandise, my wife came out with she made some modifications. I told you guys she was going to make some modifications. All right, I'm always going to give her props and her due. So check this out, guys. Now guys, I wore this over here today. It was a little chilly, You know, my ride's only like 10 minutes. It's a gator, and it goes around your neck, over your head and around your neck, over your face. We got you guys covered with everything, all right? Everything. So I hope you guys like that new merchandise. Again, I can't say enough about my wife and how great of a job that she does in everything that she does. Okay, so again, Anita, honey, thank you so much. All right. Also, I'm never going to not thank you guys that send donations to the channel. I highly appreciate it. It helps out a lot. You know, I just bought a lot of new equipment, and I want to thank you guys for helping out with that because it helps. I mean, there's no doubt about it. It helps. Also, I want to thank you guys that send me emails and comments in the comment section, and this Facebook and Instagram. There's so many things, and guys, I answer everything. Right now, I can still do it. You know, I do foresee at a time coming where, you know, I might not be able to, but as of now, you know, no problem at all. No problem at all, because usually it's the same people anyway, regular people, right? And I see their names and I already know. So a lot of the times, you know, I ask for it. Like somebody will tell me something and I'll tell them, yeah, please keep me apprised on what's going on. Or let me know what's happening with this. You know, I'm involved, guys. I hope you know that. I'm involved. You guys are my family. I tell you that before. I care about you. Believe it or not, I don't care if I've never met you. I care about you. So for those of you others that would like to donate to the channel, you can do so by kindly sending a donation via Zelle or Venmo to the email address on the upper right-hand corner of the screen. And if there's anything else you guys would like to send me, you can send it to this address right here. All right, as I always say, guys, you could be doing anything with your time, and the fact that you choose to spend a little bit of it with me, I appreciate that. I am happy to report there are no push-ups that were left out here because the South Carolina guys, as you saw from the video I did prior to this one, they did theirs. They didn't do them out here, but that whole challenge I asked you guys, if you grab your front brake, how disciplined of a preloader are you? Send me a video of you doing your 10 push-ups next to your motorcycle, and they did. So I want to thank them again. All right, that was Lloyd, Ken with 2 N's, Gary, Eli, and I forgot the other gentleman's name from South Carolina. But thanks, guys. All right, so I'm set up out here. It was in the 30s. When I woke up, it was frost everywhere, but this is South Georgia. It's supposed to go up to about 66 degrees, so this is good. I'm getting ready to take my motorcycle out here and warm up. I always do that prior to anybody getting here. Nobody's here yet, and I don't know if anybody is coming, as I always tell you guys, but I'm going to get my practice in. So if other people show up, we're going to talk to them as we always do, and if not, I'm going to practice maybe about an hour, and then I'm going to pick all this stuff up, and I'm out of here. All right, guys. See you later. All right, it's 12:05. We got a crap load of riders out here today. I mean, you guys thought practice session number 13 was crazy? All right, wait till you see this. Look at this. All right. So the first people we're going to talk to people that are preloaders, but drove vehicles. So here, grab this mic, ma'am. That's for you.
That would be me.
What's your name, ma'am?
I'm Nicci.
Nicci, where are you from?
I'm from Brunswick, Georgia.
Nicci, how long have you been riding a motorcycle?
Since I was 15.
Ah.
I will not tell my age on camera.
Okay. And what kind of motorcycle do you ride?
I currently have a Street Glide Special.
Ah, what year?
2020.
Oh, let's see it. Where is it?
Oh my goodness.
Where is it?
It's garaged at the moment.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. But
I'm traveling right now, so.
Yes. And this is the first time you're here, correct?
It is.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how would you rate your slow speed motorcycle operation?
I'm a 10.
Okay, very good. All right, that's good to know. So listen. So you guys know, I met Nicci at Harley-Davidson, Savannah, and I asked her that same question. She told me she was an 8. And after I asked her a few questions, I thought she was going to go down, but she actually went up. So, all right, we'll see. She's a 10. All right. All right. Nice to meet you. And
nice to meet you as well.
I'm really looking forward to seeing you with your motorcycle to back that 10 up.
I'm pretty sure by then I'll be a 2.
Okay. All right. All right. All right, guys, you know who this is. Here, Bill, hold that. That's for you.
That's for me.
Yeah, you guys, I upgraded my system now. I got 2 different mics, so I don't have to be doing this to you. So you don't have to hold it like a skeleton. You know, you can relax. You can be. What's your name, sir?
Bill.
Bill, where you from, Bill?
Ellaville, Georgia, about 20 miles from here.
What kind of motorcycle you ride, Bill?
2020 Sport Glide Harley.
How long you been riding?
This time about almost a year now.
Okay, scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best. How would you rate your slow speed motorcycle operation?
Well, I've been running a 3, but if you can not have your bike here and say a 10, is that okay?
Yeah, apparently so. However, she's never been here before. She's never ridden the course, so.
Okay. No, I'm sticking with my 3.
3 is good. Always nice to see you, Bill. All right, where's your motorcycle?
Over in Ellaville.
Oh, it's over in Ellaville. There's the 150. All right. Always nice to have you here anyway. Okay, guys, this is a neighbor of mine. He was here actually, was it last week?
No, not last week.
The week before last.
Yeah.
He didn't actually participate in the class, but he just, kind of rode around a little bit of
I
it.
came late.
Yeah, what's your name, sir?
My name's David.
Dave, where you from?
Right here in Pooler.
Oh, beautiful. He's a local.
But I'm originally from upstate New York. Yeah, exactly.
New York. All right, Dave, how long you been riding a motorcycle?
I started riding dirt bikes when I was 10, 11, 12, somewhere around there.
Okay. And what are you riding today?
Today I'm riding a 1975 Yamaha.
Woo! Let's look at it. This motorcycle was born 3 years after me, people. 1975. You know what I was doing in 1975? I was probably crapping my pants. Peeing in the bed. Now, if you guys don't know this, of course, because you don't know Dave. Dave is always tinkering in his garage. Dave, what have you done to this motorcycle that we can't see?
Actually, I've done nothing to this one.
Really?
I actually got this one from the local vintage bike shop, Coastal Empire Moto.
Okay.
I actually traded one of my other bikes for this bike, so I've really done nothing to this other than clean it up and shine up some of the chrome.
Is this your only motorcycle?
No.
What else you got?
Let's see. I have a 2014 Harley Davidson Softail Deluxe. It's pretty tricked out. I just finished it yesterday, really. Her name's Charlene.
Okay.
And then I have a bunch of older bikes like this. I have a 1972 Yamaha 200. It's a 2-stroke, just like this one. It's like the baby sister to this. I have two 1974 CB 360s, which I do most of the tinkering on those two bikes. And then I have a 74 CB 550 that I've pretty much restored.
Beautiful. So, like I told you guys, he's a tinkerer. He knows what he's doing. All right, Dave, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how would you rate your slow-speed motorcycle operating skills?
Well, on this bike, I'd probably say an 8, but on my Harley, I'd say a 1, because Charlene is definitely the boss.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna talk about that. I'm glad you're here. I'm not gonna say nice to meet you because I already know you, but always nice to see you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, and I'm gonna talk to Dave about that. I tell people all the time. Well, first let me ask Dave. Dave, why is Charlene the boss? What's the difference?
The difference is Charlene has 16-inch apes, and she's about 3 inches off the ground, so she doesn't really like to go slow.
Okay, all right. All right, now I'm listening to what Dave is saying. She's higher off the ground, and the 8 bars. To me, none of that has anything to do with the motorcycle going slow, but we'll see. I don't know, I'd actually have to see the motorcycle. You have a problem reaching the bars when you turn them?
No, the problem is that the pipes scrape the ground whenever you...
The pipes. I thought it was raised.
Well, I did put air ride on it.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's better now, but...
Okay. All right, I'm glad that he didn't use the thing I always say, which is it's heavy. I don't ever want to hear anybody say how heavy their bike is because the weight of the motorcycle is irrelevant if you're using the proper techniques, all right? All right, so we're going to get to it. Start out with exercise number 1. We have 1 through 9 and a bonus. And I already know Dave's going to kill this bonus.
That's okay.
All right, guys.
We're good.
See you later.
We've been here before.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. No, screw them. No, I'm just kidding.
We good.
I'm kidding.
No, we're good.
No, we're
No,
good.
you're not good.
Oh, no.
Come on, Robert.
Oh, gosh.
All right, sir, what's your name?
Clay,
Clay, where you from?
Beaufort, South Carolina.
Clay, How long have you been riding the motorcycle?
A little over a year this time. About 20 years ago, about 5 years.
And what are you riding today?
2019 Harley Davidson Street 750.
All right, let's take a look at her.
Don't look at it too hard, it's dirty.
That's okay. Like I always say, this is not a motorcycle show. This is a practice session. So guys, I'm not going to blow Clay up. Clay tricked out his trailer. I mean, it's phenomenal. It really is so beneficial, you know, and a blessing to be able to work on your own stuff and do your own electrical and all that kind of stuff. He really, from last time I saw Clay's trailer to today, night and day. It's just got one issue, and I'm not going to bring that up. All right, Clay, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how would you rate your slow speed?
About a solid 3.
Solid 3. Okay, very good. Nice to have you back here again. I disagree with that 3, but that's okay. Here you go, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
What is your name?
Pam.
Anybody that watched the last practice, they know who you are. She did outstanding.
Oh,
Pam, where you from?
Beaufort, South Carolina.
Okay, Pam, how long you been riding?
About a year now.
And what are you riding today?
2020 Honda Rebel 500.
Okay, we're gonna take a look at your Honda. Oh, Pam was just slaying the practice course, the last practice session. And she said she was a -3. Oh, see, that's what you're supposed to do. You start nice and low, and everybody goes, oh man, she's gonna suck. And then you look like a superstar. And that's exactly what happened. Damn, Pam, you smell good. The wind's blowing it over here.
Thank you.
Pam, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how would you rate your slow speed motorcycle operating skills?
1.
1?
A 1.
Okay, all right.
Went up.
Okay, yes, it did go up. All right. She said she's a 1. She said it went up. And she's right, it did go up, I guess, from a -3. All right, let's get started. All right, guys, so we're going to go over the rules quickly. My wife hates it when I say right quick. I'm just making fun of people when I say that. It's not how I actually speak. So what I normally do is, well, before I get to that, everybody knows the rule. If you touch that front brake, 10 push-ups. It's voluntary, you know, it's a soft rule. If you don't do it, I'm gonna do it. Or actually, I don't even have to now because you'll see in the next video coming out too, somebody has volunteered to do them because they did their push-ups and they realized how out of shape they were. So they said, you know what, from now on, if anybody doesn't do their push-ups, just let me know, I'll do them. He already did them, he sent me the video. It'll be on the video coming out tonight or maybe tomorrow, whatever. All right, but that's the first rule. If you knock down a cone, please pick it up. Now, most of these cones, especially the single serpentine, I've actually put blue spray. I sprayed blue inside the cone, so it's on the ground. It's not paint, it's like a chalk, so it washes up. All right, that makes it so much easier for me next time I come out here. I can just put stuff out. So, yeah. Now, it's a small group today, so 9 times out of 10, I'm just going to pick the cone up if I'm standing there, which I'm sure I'm going to be, so that's not going to be an issue. We want to be careful, we want to be safe, but we're all adults. I don't preach, that's why I don't have a podium out here. So everybody knows wearing a helmet is the safest thing. If you choose not to wear the helmet, don't wear the helmet. You know, it's up to you. All right? We're going to do exercises 1 through 10. All right? If you see me do this, that just means shut your engine off. Now, usually I have you guys go all the way over there. For exercise number 1 is the start and stop. But because it's such a small group, I'm going to have you actually come right here where I'm standing. And this is where you're going to do your stop. Actually, I'll be standing right there. All you're going to do is you're going to accelerate, get your motorcycle up to 2nd gear, and then you're going to downshift. You're braking with the front brake. If you want to do the front brake and the rear brake, that's fine. If you have link brakes, obviously that's not an issue. When you get 15 miles per hour or less, you should be off of the front brake, rear brake only. Now, I want to be clear about something. Somebody sent me an email and they said, hey, Robert, I was backing my bike up and man, it is so hard for me to cover the rear brake while I'm backing up. I don't want to duck walk the motorcycle. Ducks don't walk backwards. So you're not duck walking your motorcycle if you're going backwards, okay? It's okay to use the front brake when you're backing up your motorcycle, all right? Now, he said that he still wanted to, he said, was it okay to use the clutch to slow the bike down as he's going back rather than the front brake because he didn't like the way it felt? Yeah, that's fine too, okay? Guys, remember, we have to use common sense standards here, all right? When I'm saying don't grab the front brake at slow speeds, that's when the motorcycle's moving forward, okay? And that's when you're going at slow speeds, like I said. Now, there are exceptions to everything. Please understand that, all right? If you lose your balance and you have to take your front foot off the board as you're coming to a stop and you have to stop the motorcycle, then yeah, grab the front brake. Don't jerk at it. Remember, we don't do anything herky-jerky. If you jerk at the bike's gonna jerk at you. And the bike's usually gonna win if it's heavy. All right, enough with you guys. I gotta talk to these guys. All right, so everybody clear about that? So you're gonna accelerate, smooth stop. Remember, you control when your motorcycle stops. So there's no reason for your foot to be out like this 5 seconds before the motorcycle stops. Anytime we put our feet out, we're increasing the odds on something happening. So smooth stop, clutch is all the way in now. You're not in the friction zone. You're coming to a stop. Press your right foot down to stop. And as soon as that happens, put your foot down. Okay, now every now and then the balance is off. If that happens and when you come to a stop, you have to put the right foot down, that's fine too, all right? Don't think that it's left foot, left foot, left foot. The important thing is that you're stopping with the right foot. That's the important thing. Nothing's gonna happen bad if you put your right foot down rather than your left. But we wanna get out of the habit of grabbing that front brake, because when things go wrong and you grab that front brake, that's when stuff happens. Okay, everybody clear about that? Then, the most important thing, when it's time for you to go, preload and keep it loaded. Preload and keep it loaded. Preload and keep it loaded. That's the most important part, keeping it loaded. Release the clutch slowly into the friction zone. As soon as you feel the motorcycle starting to move, as soon as you feel it, pick up this foot and put it on the, there's no reason for your foot to still be like this. Don't worry about it. Nothing's gonna happen because you're giving power to the rear wheel. Everybody good? Any questions? Remember, question? Okay, remember there's no such thing as a stupid question. Even if you know the answer, but you think somebody else might have it, feel free to ask it, because remember, the world is watching, all right? Okay, so, Pam, you know you're going first on every exercise, okay? Just so you remember. You guys could go down here, line up one at a time, come up, smooth stop, preload, keep it loaded, take off. All right, exercise number 1. Good. Reload. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Good. Perfect. Beautiful. Meep, meep. I feel like I'm watching Benny Hill. Perfecto. I can't tell if it was preloaded or not. I'm gonna say I want more preload. Yeah, I want it to sound like that a little bit more. Perfect. Reload. Keep it loaded.
I definitely wish I had broke now.
We're only on exercise number 1. Did I hear that wheel lock up? Oh, no? Okay. Preload. Keep it loaded. Good. Meep, meep. Perfect. Preload. Give me more preload. Okay. All right, this will be the last one. I should have stopped it after the second one because they got this. Good. I was waiting for you to grab that front brake. Okay, very good. You can come back over here. Pam is on it. She is on it. Outstanding. Good park. And the way Pam is riding is way different than last time she was here. Why? Her confidence is up, and that's what we're doing out here. That's the key, raising your confidence. Everything else will follow. Perfect. All right, you can park. right, guys, we're moving on to exercise number 2. You said that you rated yourself at a 1 or whatever because you didn't do the figure 8 last time. So, yeah, all right. But you attempted the figure 8 2, maybe 3 times. That says a lot about where your confidence was versus when you started. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at your confidence because that's what we're doing here.
Then I watched the video back on this first exercise and you're like, come on, Pam. Come on, Pam. This time to get there.
Exactly. And Pam just said, she said something very key. She watched the video. That's why everybody that comes here and participates in this, I want them to watch the video. That's the purpose of it, really. That's one of the purposes. The other purpose, of course, is so everybody else can get some insight and, learn something. But you're going to actually get more from it because you were actually here. You were doing it and you can see stuff and make corrections or whatever. So good for you. All right. Exercise number 2, the slow ride. So I always say the slow ride is basically about simulating you being in traffic. So what I usually say, and I'm always going to say, is exercise number 1, which is what we just did. What you're simulating there is there's a red light or a stop sign. You come to a stop, and then you take off smoothly. And when you take off, you're preloaded already. You're keeping it loaded. Once you get up to speed, now you let the clutch all the way out. You're not in the friction zone. You switch to 2nd gear, 3rd gear, whatever. Exercise number 2, you're starting out that way, which is letting the clutch out slowly into the friction zone. As soon as you feel the motorcycle start to move, you pick up your foot. However, you're staying in the friction zone because it's traffic. You're in traffic. So I want you to stay in the friction zone. I want you to preload, keep it loaded, and I want you to go as slow as you can go. And what I mean by that is I want you to actually feel like you want to put your foot down. The purpose of this exercise is to get you to realize instead of putting your foot down, all you have to do is open up the clutch. All right? You're in the friction zone already, so the clutch is already partially open. Remember, if you're in the friction zone, it means power is going to the rear wheel. That's where your rear brake comes in as well. You don't want to go too fast, and we don't want to be trying to concentrate on, having my clutch in a spot where it's, am I giving too much power? Is it too little? So just get it so that you have enough power so that when you open up the clutch a little bit, you get a little bit more, okay? Is that clear? Am I making sense? All right. So just like exercise number 1, preload, keep it loaded. As soon as the motorcycle starts to move, pick up your foot. Use the rear brake to slow you down. Clutch. Rear brake. Rear brake. So you don't have to go that slow, but I just want you to feel like you're about to fall. Your motorcycle should be doing this at least. If you're going like this, you're going too fast. Okay? I'm gonna walk next to you. That's the pace that I want you going, okay? All right. Any questions? You did?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, that's good.
We have to look at the video later to see if I did drag the rear tire the second time. I don't know if I did or not. It didn't feel like I did.
It sounded like it. That's only because you were going kind of fast.
Right.
Again, no big deal. All right, so you guys see the cone over there? That's where you start. From that cone to the next cone, slow ride. Let's do it. All right, guys, exercise number 3. Exercise number 2, slow ride. All right, you ready, Pam? Let's go for a walk. Very good. Very good. See how she used that rear brake? She went forward a little bit too much, and then she used the rear brake to slow it down. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Good job. Good job. All right, let's do it. Very nice. You hear his throttle? pretty much steady. That's where you want it. Very good. Good job. Excellent.
I've only had the bike for 2 weeks. I just got it registered on Friday.
Yeah, but you've had the skill for years. Good job. One more time. He said he's only had the bike for 2 weeks, but he's had the skill for years. Now on his motorcycle, his RPMs were like 3,000. Everybody's motorcycle is a little different. Excellent, excellent. Wow, I actually have to slow down. Look at this. All right, let me stop talking. I don't want to break your concentration. Wow, very good. All right, you can park. Excellent job. Excellent. I actually had to slow down. She was going too slow for me. Wow. All right, Clay, you're going to have to go slower than her. I actually had to slow down. Very good. Excellent. I always say this is not a competition, but if you come out here with your significant other and you're a dude, it's just in us. We're competitive by nature. You're good. Excellent, Dave. Excellent. All right, everybody. Exercise number 3. Trust and believe. Excellent job, guys. Excellent job. Pam actually had to slow down. You guys see Pam's got protection on her engine guards. Perfect. Beautiful. So listen, that's what I always say. Listen, if you're going to practice, don't say I don't want to practice because I don't want to damage my motorcycle. Just get the proper things to protect it. You know, we'll spend thousands of dollars on stereo systems and upgrades to the engine and all kind of stuff. Buy some guards. And not just guards, you can actually buy stuff to protect the guards too, all right? It's not like there's no products out there to buy. I'm an excuse eliminator. I'm gonna tell you that, guys, right now. If somebody gives me an excuse, oh, I can't work out because it is, listen, we will all do what we really want to do. That's just a fact, all right? All right. All right, so exercise number 3. This is Bill's favorite exercise. Of course, he don't have his motorcycle today, but we all know that trust and believe. So exercise number 2 was to get you to, we're trying to work on the instinct of putting your foot down when you feel like you're gonna fall. That's what that's about while you're moving. Exercise number 3 is kind of stepping that up a little bit because now the motorcycle's not moving at all and you're picking your foot up. And when you feel the motorcycle starting to move, you're gonna let your clutch out, okay? So, I don't want that motorcycle to move an inch until your foot is on your peg or your floor. Well, I only have pegs today. Until your foot is on your pegs, okay? All right, I keep starting this off of my motorcycle, and it doesn't make any sense. All right, so I was out here practicing today and didn't follow one of my own rules and said, uh-oh, I had an uh-oh moment. What do we do before every movement out here, Bill?
Preload.
And
Make sure it's in first gear.
that's right, Pam. See, Pam is going to definitely be the valedictorian. And this is not even a class. You make sure you're in first gear before every movement. And I didn't do that today when I was practicing. I didn't fall, but I'm wondering why. What is going on? I just revved it up some more. I trusted and believed because, you know, anyway. So the first thing you do is make sure you're in first gear. So important, especially with this exercise. I'm in first gear. Step number 2, cover the rear brake. Step number 3, preload and keep it loaded. Pam, how many steps?
5.
Yeah, see, because Pam got that right the last time. 5 steps. So why am I doing it? Pam, please tell us the steps.
Oh, no. You're doing an awesome job. I love hearing you talk.
Okay. So step number 1, make sure you're in first gear. Step number 2, cover the rear brake. Step number 3, preload and keep it loaded. Now people were asking me, why do I cover the rear brake? Cover the rear brake. It doesn't mean you're necessarily applying pressure. You're covering it because you will be using it. You will, there's no doubt about it. You're going to be using it. Throttle, clutch, rear brake. I don't say rear brake at the end because it sounds good. You're using it, all right? You're using it gingerly, right? You're trail braking, you're feathering the brake, all right? But sometimes, like Pam, when Pam was doing exercise number 2 and she let the clutch out, she let it out a little too much and the motorcycle went like this, she pushed the brake back down, brought her right back to where she wanted to be. A lot of the times that rear brake, when you push it hard, it will actually help your balance, all right? So it's one of those things where the more you practice, you'll know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it, okay? All right, I do this all the time. As I'm going through the steps, I start talking about something. Let me start over. All right, make sure you're in first gear. Step 1, cover the rear brake. Step 2, preload and keep it loaded. Step number 3. All right, these are not students, I'm sure. These are guys that just ride around out here. Step number 4, you're gonna bring your clutch. Or maybe I'm wrong. I am wrong.
You are wrong.
Step number 4, I got all pegs today. Yeah. Step number 4, bring your clutch right before the sweet spot. What do I mean by that? I like the way he made that turn, but he grabbed the front brake. So we're gonna talk about that. Step number 4, make sure you bring your clutch right before the sweet spot. Why do you want to do that? Because when you pick up your foot, you don't want to have to worry about traveling to the spot to give you power. You want it to be right there. And then step number 5, Pam, pick up your left foot. All right? So what you're going to do is this. But instead of putting your foot down like I just did, you're just going to let the clutch out. All right, let's do that. Make sure I'm in first gear. Check. Cover the rear brake. Check. Preload, keep it loaded. And you don't need a lot of power. Check. Clutch right before the sweet spot. All right, there it is for me. Pick up my left foot. As soon as I feel this motorcycle starting to move, I'm gonna let the clutch out. That's it. Now you don't have to pop it out, right? Just let it out. You'll be fine because you got enough power here. Now don't do this. See, my foot's still down. I want your foot on the board. That. See, you're fine. You're fine. Remember, when your motorcycle has power going to the rear wheel, it wants to stand up. It wants to go straight. Power doesn't mean a lot of power. It doesn't need a lot of power at all. Remember, we're doing slow speed motorcycle riding out here. None of that requires a lot of power. So anything you're doing, you know, you could be making U-turns in a circle, tight U-turns. You're going 8 miles an hour. So that's not a lot of power, right? You know, and you don't want a lot of power because the more power you have, power is just taking up space away from you. So if you're trying to make a tight turn, speed's not your friend. I'm not going fast at all. I'm going less than 10 miles an hour. As long as there's power, I'm fine. Right? So my point is, and think about this too. Power to your rear wheel is even more important the more you're leaned. Because the only thing keeping it up, gravity is calling it. You're not going to answer that call. Just keep the power there. And that power is there from your preload. Keep that preload there. Wherever your power is with your right hand and whatever you're allowing through with your left hand, just keep it there. You don't have to worry about anything else. But you have to use this rear brake too. All right? The whole time I'm making that turn, I'm dragging my rear brake the whole time. I might be feathering it like this just to make sure I keep my speed where I want it to be. If I let off the brake, I'm gonna start going too fast. Now I have to start worrying about my clutch. It's too much to think about. All right? Why think about that if you don't have to? Your rear brake is your friend. Any questions? Okay. All right, guys, exercise number 3. As I always say, Pam is first. Okay, turn it off. You guys see what Pam just did? So it's important that you know, exercise number 1, that's what we use from going from point A to point B. I don't care if it's from one side of the parking lot to the other or 5 feet. We don't duck work our motorcycles. She picks up, she preloads, she keeps it loaded. As soon as she feels the motorcycle start to move, picks up her left foot, goes to the next spot, right foot brake, left foot down. So if it's from that line to that line, that's what you're doing. All right, very good. These little things, if you do it here, it's gonna follow through everywhere else. All right, good job. All right, let's go. Keep your throttle right there. That's right. It's okay. All right, it's only the first time. Let that clutch out. Good. All right, first gear? Okay. All right. Preload, keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. More. Okay. Let it out. We gotta get that load up. We gotta get that load up.
I want my foot on the peg before I even start moving.
That's right. Make sure you preload, keep it loaded, get that clutch right before the sweet spot. Keep it loaded. That's the key. You gotta keep it loaded. There we go. There we go. Where you guys from? I mean, where'd you come from today?
Oh, today from Eastern, North Carolina.
How long is that ride?
An hour.
Okay.
An hour, 30 minutes, and you don't find the place.
Okay. All right. So here's what I need you to do. Mount up. Tell Joan to mount up. Mount up. Okay. So you're gonna make sure you're in first gear.
Okay.
Cover the rear brake.
Okay.
Preload. Keep it loaded. More. Okay. Bring your clutch right before the sweet spot. Keep it loaded. Put your right foot up there. Don't let the motorcycle move. As soon as you pick your foot up, let this clutch out so you can go. There you go, there you go. Throttle, throttle. Good. The battle's victorious. All right, come on, Pam. You rock this. You got it. It was only the first time. Make sure you get that throttle up and keep it up. Keep it up. Let it out, let it out. Good, good. There we go. Make sure you keep that load up and let that clutch out more. Nope, nope, don't move yet. Let it out. Good. Much better. All right, Dave, everybody's got to do it like you now. Everybody's got to do it like you did it. You did it perfect. Do it again. There we go. All right, he's just showing off now. Whoa! That's 10 push-ups. You grab the front brake out here, it's 10 push-ups. Okay. Never touch that front brake out here, all right? You don't need it. Okay. Make sure you're in first gear. Are you in first gear?
Yeah.
Cover the rear brake. You're on the rear brake?
Yeah.
Okay, preload. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Just keep it just like that. Keep it like that. More. Keep it like that. Don't move. Clutch right before the sweet spot. Okay, keep it. Give me a little more throttle. Pick up that foot before the motorcycle moves. As soon as you pick up your foot, just open up your clutch hand. That's all you got to do.
What about the brake?
Take your foot off the brake. You're covering it though. Throttle, 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 throttle. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. All right. You're letting out the clutch too much. Preload. You know what preload is? Yeah, preload. Keep it loaded. And then pick up your foot. You have to make sure you keep your throttle up. Make sure you keep your clutch in so that your motorcycle's not moving. When it's time for you to move, that's when you let your clutch out. Okay? This exercise is to get you to realize that as long as there's power going to your rear wheel, you're not going to fall. So when you pick up your left foot, you feel the motorcycle start to fall, just do that. You're already loaded. Oh, that's why it's the first step. Make sure you're in first gear. Preload. Keep it loaded. All right, we got to work on it. All right, Pam. Yes, better. Nice. Nice. All right. There you go. Up, there we go. Nice. Very nice. Is this your husband? Do exactly what he did. Now just concentrate on keeping that throttle wherever you have it. Keep it there. Don't move. When you pick up your foot, just open your clutch hand. Trust and believe. There you go. All right, after you finish this time, oh no, you got one more time to go. She's first. Perfect. All right, Pam, after this time, right turn to left turn, exercise number 4. It's the last time, so make it perfect. No pressure. No pressure. Let it out, let it out. There we go. Perfect. That was perfect. All right. Perfect. All right, let's do the same thing again. Preload, good. Preload, keep it loaded, pick up that foot. All right. She was moving a little bit. After this, Dave, straight over there. Perfect. Oh, you want to go again? Make sure this motorcycle doesn't move until you pick that foot up. Keep it loaded. Don't rev it, just keep it loaded. Right there. Just keep it right there. Load it. Okay. Pick up your foot. We'll work on it. All right, guys. Exercise number 4. Left turns, right turns from a standstill. I always laugh with this exercise now because it just kicks people's butts. But Actually, the last video I did on it seemed to give a lot of clarity to a lot of different people. All right, but we're going to talk about it. So, Joann, you're a tapper with your feet. So we want to get you in the habit, and practice is going to take care of that, of getting your feet off the ground. You don't need your feet. Your motorcycle, your hand, your clutch, your throttle, your rear brake, that's going to take care of everything. Plus, this motorcycle is a little high for you. So,
It's his fault.
well,
No, it is, because it was his one, and then he said, "Oh no, I want the old one," and I was like, "Really?"
she threw her husband right under the bus,
Right.
you know. But, you know, it is what it is. But the good news is, doesn't even matter, because the only time your feet go on the ground is when you're actually coming to a stop, not when you're moving, okay? And if you come to a stop and you can come to a stop nice and easy, and you're only on the ball of your foot, that's fine, okay? Yes, we prefer to have both our feet flat on the floor. Doesn't always work out that way. All right, so what's important that I want you guys to understand about this is throttle, clutch, rear brake, head and eyes, okay? Head and eyes, so important. I never used to think it was so important, but it's so relevant. And when I say head and eyes, I want you to look in the direction that you want to go. Don't look where you're going, look where you want to go. And I want you to keep your head and your eyes up. Look at the horizon, all right? So I might even stand over there and go like this with my hands. Look at my hands. Every part of your brain is going to be telling you, I need to look here. The only thing you could possibly hit are cones. My cones are tough. Don't worry about it. Your motorcycle is going to win that battle. So if you're going to hit the cones, hit it, okay? All right, I know it's easier said than done. When you come up here, we're going to go through the steps on what I want you to do. Remember, as you're approaching to stop, that's exercise number 1. Same thing. Ride up. Rear brake only, because you're not going to be at speed from here to here. Rear brake only. As soon as your motorcycle comes to a stop, left foot goes down, okay? When it's time for you to make your turn, now you've already made sure you were in first gear before you got up there, but we're creatures of habit. So, the steps. How many steps in this one, Pam?
5.
No, there's 8 steps in this one.
I'll know next time.
But I believe the first 5 steps are probably the same. So let's go through them. Step number 1.
Step number 1 is first gear.
That's right. Make sure you're in first gear. Step number 2.
Cover the rear brake.
That's correct. Cover the rear brake. Step number 3.
Preload, keep it loaded.
That's correct.
Come on, Pam.
All right. All right. Now, here's where it changes. Actually, no. Step number 4.
Find where they pull the clutch in and find where you're.
That's right. Clutch right before the sweet spot. Step number 5 this time is head and eyes. Look where you want to go. All right? Step number 6. Slowly release the clutch into the friction zone. Step number 7. As soon as you feel the motorcycle starting to move, pick up your left foot. All right? That's the same thing we were doing in step number 1. It's not like step number 3. All right? We're not doing step number 3. We're not doing exercise number 3, where you pick your foot up before the motorcycle moves. No. You're letting the motorcycle move first, and you're picking your foot up. Now, I don't want to see this. The motorcycle starts to move, and you let your foot like drag. You want to get as much as possible. No. As soon as you feel it start to move, pick up your foot. Okay? Step number 7. Turn the handlebars. So important. All right? Now, I'm actually gonna have to add a step to this. As soon as you feel the motorcycle start to move, okay? Remember, you're covering the rear brake. That was step number 2. As soon as that motorcycle starts to move, you're starting to move with already giving pressure to that rear brake. Because a lot of the times when you start to move, you're probably giving up, when you first start, it's probably too much speed. Two things affect this being successful for you. 1, too much speed, and 2, off balance. Speed is the number 1 culprit out here. That's why you see people go straight through here, even though everything in their brain is telling them to go this way. It's too much speed. And speed makes us feel comfortable because when we go faster, we're relinquishing our supervisory skills over this motorcycle. We're letting it take over. We don't want to do that. That's why we use the rear brake. So if you feel like you're going a little too fast, use that rear brake. Just like you were doing in exercise number 2. Pam, when you felt like you were going too fast, She hit that rear brake, slowed her right down. It's gonna, trust me, you have plenty of space here to make this turn. This is 7.5 feet. So you don't have to worry about turning your handlebars first. You know, you guys can come closer if you want. You don't have to worry about turning your handlebars first. If you want to turn your handlebars first, that's fine. But realize this. If you make this turn too soon, your front wheels might clear this cone, but the back of your motorcycle won't. So remember, there's no reason. If you feel more comfortable coming to the outside, so you're close to these cones, fine. Again, this is not a competition. But I want you to know you could be right here and still make this turn. But don't worry about that. The first time you go through this, I want you to go through it straight. Don't stop here. Just go straight through. Because I want you to see the difference between the motorcycle moving versus you really taking full control of it. I also want to point out that exercises number 1 through 4 require 0 lean. You don't have to lean the motorcycle to do this, all right? Now, if you're leaning the motorcycle, it means you're incorporating speed. That means you feel more comfortable, and that's fine. When you go through the first time, fine. Second time, when you're stopping here, and if you stop right here, I'm going to tell you, move up to this line, right? Only because I want you to challenge yourself. You have to trust and believe that you're going to be all right. There's nothing for you guys to fear out here because there's nothing here. There's no cars, there's no people, there's just a cone. If you hit the cone, you pick the cone up, all right? No big deal. Any questions? Now, I want to show you guys how important, where's all this in my back pocket? Oh, I want to show you guys how important this rear brake is. Because without the rear brake, there'd be even more failures on this. Because speed is not your friend out here. Speed's taking away space. So if you start this nice and slow, for instance, if I start right here, I can make this turn straight up. If I start right here, now I have to start with the handlebars turned because I lost space. And if I start even closer, not only do I have to turn the handlebars first, now I have to lean the motorcycle too. Remember, 3 things are going to determine the radius of your turn. Your speed, how much you have your handlebars turned, and how much you're leaning the motorcycle. You do all 3 of those things together, that's how you get a 16-foot U-turn, if your motorcycle can make a 16-foot U-turn. All right? That BMW and the other one over there, those 2 BMWs, oh yeah, we can lean those nice. All right, so first time, straight through. Make sure I'm in first gear. Cover the rear brake. All right. Straight through, I don't have to lean. Straight through. Now right now, I'm on my rear brake, right now. Rear brake. Rear brake. Now I let off the rear brake. Once I make the turn, I can get off the brake. So, let me show you right here. If I'm going too fast, rear brake. Rear brake. Once I'm clear, I'm good. But the rear brake's gonna help you. Same thing on the right side. Look where I wanna go. Rear brake, good. All right, so now when it's time for you to stop and make the turn, make sure I'm in first gear, check. Cover the rear brake, check. Preload and keep it loaded, check. Clutch right before the sweet spot, check. Head and eyes, look where I want to go, check. Slowly release the clutch into the friction zone. As soon as I feel this motorcycle starting to move, I'm going to pick up my left foot. I'm going to use this rear brake right away. And I'm going to turn my handlebars, step number 8. Rear brake, rear brake, rear brake, rear brake, rear brake. Now I'm exaggerating it, but my point, I just want you to see how the rear brake is helping me not move, because it's preloaded. This power is available, I'm just not letting it through. Same thing making the right. First gear, check. Cover the rear brake. Preload, keep it loaded. Clutch right before the sweet spot. Head and eyes, look where I want to go. As soon as I feel the motorcycle starting to move, I'm going to pick up my left foot. Still on the rear brake right away. Turn the handlebars. Rear brake. Because I want to make sure right away that I'm not going too fast. That's why I touched the rear brake right away. And that's why we did exercise number 2, so that you can see. Exercise number 2, let me turn around. Exercise number 2, you were doing this, right? Every time you felt like you were gonna fall, you let the clutch out. Same thing here. When you go to make this turn, if you feel like you're going too fast, hit that rear brake. Rear brake. Rear brake. All right? Any questions? All right. Now, when you're starting from a standstill, your left foot is down. So your motorcycle's already going to be leaned a little bit to the left. For Joann, a lot to the left because she's shorter, right? So when she goes to make that turn, it's going to be easier to make it. The motorcycle's already leaning that way, all right? Realize that a lot of the stuff that we do out here, we're allowing our motorcycles to fall. We're just catching it with the clutch and the throttle, all right? So when you first pick up your foot in exercise number 3 and it starts to fall and you let your clutch out, that's pretty much what you're doing out here all the time, all right? Gravity's always calling when you're going slow. But that's why we're the boss. We kind of control, we say what's going to happen, all right? So when you're making a right turn, now it's the opposite. Now, Joann, this is really going to be for you because now you want to go that way, but your motorcycle's leaning this way. So right before you move, give yourself a little push. Don't give it, it doesn't have to be too much. Just a little push. You're doing that. As soon as you do that, you're letting the clutch out. And now you're already going that way. Get right on that rear brake. Okay? Any questions? All right, Pam, I want you to start left turns. Go straight through. Everybody follow her. Just go right through. And then Pam, go right side. And then when you come back to the left, stop right there. Come on, Pam. See if your name's on there. Good. Give me more throttle, Pam. Okay. Easy peasy. More speed, more speed. You're going straight through. Your name on there?
Number 6.
Okay. You're good to go, man. Fall in. Keep your eyes up. Don't look down there. Throttle, throttle, throttle. Good. It's okay. All right, this is nothing new to you, so. Huh? Yes, ma'am. You want me to stand over there? Pam requested I stand over here and put my cup up. Just lost your balance, that's all. Preload. Heads up, eyes over here. Too much speed. So when he felt speed, when he felt fear, he sped up. When all he had to do was tap the brake a little. Head and eyes, Dave, head and eyes. You're looking right at that cone. Ivan, pick your head up. You're looking at the cones. Look where you want to go. All right, Kevin, preload. Look right here. Beautiful. we go. Perfect. Beautiful. She barely, and she shouldn't be all the way at the outside cones with that motorcycle, and she wasn't. That was perfect. Gotta open that clutch up. What you say? I didn't hear you.
I practiced before and then I'll come back. I'm unprepared.
Don't worry about it. Just relax. There's nothing to be scared about. What's the worst that's going to happen out here?
That it fell down.
And then what's going to happen? You're going to get back up, pick it up, and we'll go again. You're not going to get injured. We're going too slow for that. So don't worry about that. Fear, don't let that consume you. You're good. Dropping a motorcycle out here, it comes with the territory. It means that you're practicing. But we're not going to drop it. As long as you keep power to that rear wheel, you're fine. Okay? Turn the handlebars. It's getting better. It's getting better. Getting better already. All right, before you even move, that's right, look at me.
You want me to pick my foot up and put it on the peg first?
No, as soon as you feel it starting to move, then do that. Much better.
I was trying to do it the foot up first.
Yeah, that's exercise number 3. All right, keep your eyes over here. Perfect, Ivan. Yvonne. Come up some more, Kev. Okay. Preload. Preload. Good, good, good. Beautiful. Ah, much better. Much better. Right side next time, right side. Throttle, throttle, throttle. There we go. He started to put his foot down and he didn't. That's the key. Okay. Preload. Keep it loaded. Keep your eyes on my hand. Throttle, throttle. Pick it up. Much better. Much better. Keep your head and your eyes up. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. Still looking at those cones. Nice. All right, you're good. Let me come over here. Head up, head up.
Stop looking at the cones, man.
Okay, this is Joann. She came late with her husband, Yvonne. They're from Italy, but they came here from South Carolina. Pick your head and eyes up. You're looking right at those cones. I want you to look at me before you even move. She's nervous, I understand, but I'm trying to tell her, you know, let her know. Nothing to be nervous about. Oh, wow, much better. You're good, Kev. The right turns always get you. Much better. Hey, Clay. Keep the handlebar turned. When you start to feel, uh-oh, you give too much speed, and that's why you shoot out that way. Just use that rear brake. Clutch control, too. I think he's feeling some pressure, too, because his girlfriend's showing him up. All right, look straight over there. Don't stop. Don't look down with your eyes either. Head and eyes. All right, we'll work on it. Nice, Dave. Turn the handle, turn it. There we go. Much better. All right, that's Kevin. He came late as well. I think he's from South Carolina as well. All right, after this, we're going to go over to the single serpentine. All the way to the other side. Yeah. There we go. Come on. Preload. Woo. She's looking at that cone. I see her, but she made it. Nice and easy. Use that rear brake. Better. Better. That time is brake up. Nice. Okay, remember, we don't need that foot. If you feel like you're gonna fall, just open up the clutch a little. You're fine, you're in the friction zone. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Better. Beautiful. And last but not least, preload, keep it loaded. Use that rear brake, good. Very good. All right. Exercise number 5, single serpentine. Now we're gonna do some leaning. Some leaning. All right, guys, single serpentine. So now we're gonna be introducing some lean. I want you to lean the motorcycle. We're gonna be swinging and swaying, okay? So you see where my motorcycle is. You notice that there's a line on this side of the cones and there's a line on that side of the cones. So as you're going through this serpentine, I'd prefer you to be at the minimum, the middle of these lanes. If you're further to the right, that's even better. Because I want to force you to have to lean this motorcycle as you go through this. Now, these cones are 15 feet apart. So do you really have to lean the motorcycle to go through here? No. But I want you to lean the motorcycle as you go through here, okay? As you go through here, this is the first cone you're gonna be passing. You wanna be kind of close to this cone. That way, when you get here, you should already be turning your handlebars so that you're close to this cone too. The whole time you're doing this, you're in the friction zone, okay? You're in the friction zone. Like I said over here, wherever your throttle is and wherever your clutch is, you can pretty much keep it there. Little fluctuations are fine. If you need to use the rear brake, that's fine too, okay? Like I told you, I'm using the rear brake in everything I'm doing out here, everything. It's never a time I'm not using it, okay? It's your friend because it's gonna regulate my speed. Sometimes I feel like I'm going too fast. Speed is not your friend. Not that big a deal on the serpentine. However, the faster you go in the serpentine, the quicker you're making it that you have to make transitions now. And if you're going too fast, that's when you wind up hitting the cone in front of you. All right? Okay, so when you're doing this, you guys see my camera over there? I want you to look at it the whole time. Don't hit it, but look at it the whole time. It's a GoPro, it's tough, so if you hit it, it'll be all right. And the reason I say that is your head should be straight up the whole time you're riding. Your peripheral vision will pick up the cones. I've had several people ask me, do I counterbalance? The answer is, I used to just say no. What I do is I keep my body straight up so the motorcycle moves underneath me. Is that counterbalancing? I guess, because I'm not leaning with it, but I'm staying straight up. I'm not leaning the opposite direction of it either. It's not necessary, okay? Especially not in the serpentine. Anybody have any questions? All right, I'm gonna run through it. And then after that, Pam's gonna show you guys how it's really done. And Clay's gonna try to keep up with Pam. You know how it is. So you hear my engine? You hear my engine? It's the same way the whole time. But I'm using the rear brake. At one point, I went too fast. I had to slow myself down. And I'm coming out wide. All right, now you don't have to, your lean doesn't have to be that exaggerated, but I want you to lean the motorcycle. All right, Pam. That's right, lean it, baby. Now this is the exercise that's going to loosen us up. You know, the first 4 exercises, no lean is required. But now we want to kind of get you moving the handlebars and swinging and swaying and loosening up. Because after this, exercise number 6, we're going to be making U-turns. Everybody loves the U-turns. So he's going kind of fast. Clay-like speed. But no problem at all. Dave, go ahead. Preload. Preload, keep it loaded before you move. Okay. That's how you start everything out here. Preload and keep it loaded. Okay, open up the clutch, pick up your foot. Good. Use that rear brake. Good. Keep your head straight up. Okay, it's only her first time through. Not bad at all. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the swing and the sway. Yvonne is comfortable on this motorcycle. I saw that when he first pulled up. So, good for him. Lovely. There's Kevin. Started out nice and wide. Good. Lean. This motorcycle it's got a big butt. That's what I'm going to call it. It looks very wide. Nice job, Kevin. See? That's already smoother than the first time. That's what I mean. We're just warming up. Good job. I'm not going to tell Clay to slow down here because as long as he can lean the motorcycle enough to still navigate the turns, no problem. See? He has no problem leaning. It looks nice and fluid too. Very good. So no need to tell him to slow down there. All the exercises where speed is more important, yeah. So I see Joann is kind of doing exercise number 3 right before she starts now. So, you know, I'm going to let her know. She's already scared. I don't want to make it scarier than it has to be. You don't have to do exercise number 3 before you move all the time. But look at that. Very good. Oh, Yvonne's doing the same thing. You know what? Why even bother them? No, go ahead, man. Good job, Joann. Very good. This is case in point right here. Doesn't matter the kind of motorcycle you have. As light as his motorcycle is, still got to keep it loaded. And he's keeping it loaded the whole time. Good job, Dave. This motorcycle has a fixed fairing, just like a road glide. He's going through there nicely with it. Good job, Kevin. Hear her engine? Steady. Doesn't have to be real high. You don't need a lot of power out here to do what we're doing. Very good. Very nice, Pam. See how it's going nice and wide? Park right behind my bike. Whoa, nice. See, he leaned a lot that time. No foot's coming down. Just open up that clutch. Got it already preloaded. Pretty good. Very good. Yep, she was going fast. She slowed down with the rear brake. Good. Good. Much better. She's already getting comfortable. And that's what I like to see. That's why we practice, people. That's why we practice. Very good. Good job, Joann. Yvonne's looking good here. There we go. You heard that preload, right? Woo! Listen to that preload. Oh, it's nice and smooth, like butter. Oh, this thing's got a big butt. Moving it nicely. Very good, Kevin. Good job, man. All right, guys, exercise number 6, the U-turn. One of my favorites. All right, guys, so congratulations, you're pioneers. It's the first time anybody has done this and not hit one of these cones, which it's bittersweet for me. I actually put some chalk type spray in each cone, so if you did knock it down, no big deal. Now nobody hits it. So, of course. All right, but yeah, good job. So, all right, Yvonne and Joann, you guys are actually doing exercise number 3 before you move, whereas you're picking up your foot first and then moving. You don't have to do that. That was only for exercise number 3. If you're comfortable doing it, that's great. But I want you to let the motorcycle move a little bit. As soon as you feel it, then pick up your foot, okay? You're both doing it so well, I almost said I'm not gonna tell you, but why? I don't wanna add fear to it where it doesn't need to be. Yvonne's a little bit more comfortable than Joann, and Joann's already nervous, so I don't wanna add to that. So as soon as the motorcycle starts to move, that's when you pick your foot up, okay? Okay, the U-turn. Let me first start by saying, is there anyone here that's offended by 27 feet? Anybody think that's too much? No, okay. I always have to ask. So you have 27 feet here. Now, if you want to try a U-turn within 18 feet, just don't pass this line. Make your U-turn right here. If you say, nah, Rob, I'm not ready for that, no problem. Just pass it. And now you have all of this real estate. So, what's the key to making this U-turn? Pretty much the same stuff we've been doing. Preload, well, make sure you're in first gear. Preload and keep it loaded. Cover the rear brake. You don't have to worry about the clutch right before the sweet spot now. You can jump right into, as soon as the motorcycle starts to move, pick up your foot. As you're riding up here, 8, 9 miles per hour, wherever you are, wherever your throttle is, wherever your clutch is, that's where it stays. So now we don't have to worry about that, right? Now all we have to do is turn our head and eyes, turn our handlebars, lean the motorcycle. We already got the power. We're using the rear brake. Remember, we're always using the rear brake to control our speed. Because even with 27 feet, now a couple of people did this last time too. They got right here, and then they started turning like this. What am I doing to the radius of my turn by turning like that? Now, I'm taking up space. And now, if they don't really lean the motorcycle, they end up over here. So when you make this U-turn, if you're on this line, you start your turn on this line. So, Joann, what are we turning first? Our head and our eyes or our handlebars?
Our
That's right. Head and eyes, handlebars. Head and eyes, handlebars. Head and eyes, handlebars. So when you get here, head and eyes, handlebar. You're turning from here, not from over here. It's not impossible to do it from here if you're really leaning the motorcycle. But we're going to practice like we don't have all that space. This is the cone you're coming towards. All right? You don't have to be right on it, but get as close to it as possible. Head and eyes, handlebars. See my camera? That's what you're looking at. You guys, I hope you were looking at it before. I'm giving you permission to look at it. You can stare at my camera all you want. Just don't look at my cones. Don't stare at my cones. Head and eyes, handlebars. Keep the handlebars turned until you're complete with the turn and then come out of it. Sometimes, Clay, you were doing this in the right turns. You go to make the turn, as soon as you feel the uh-oh, you let the clutch out too much. Now you got too much speed, and then your handlebars straighten up. That's why you hit the cones. Keep the handlebars turned. I don't care what else happens. Remember the circles I was doing over here? Just keep the handlebars turned. As long as you got power, you're fine, all right? Right turns, same thing. Now you're going towards this cone. You can look at that cone. You get right here, head and eyes, handlebars. If your head can't turn far enough to look at my camera, look as far as you can. Eventually you'll see it, and go for it. Any questions? All right, let me just show you quickly what I'm talking about. Put some actions behind the words. Now, some people like to use momentum. When they go into the turn, they like to do a little dip. If you want to do that, that's fine. Some people like to just go straight and then just make the turn. Whatever's more comfortable for you. There's no right or wrong way to do that. And remember, head and eyes. I saw a couple of you guys. Dave, you did it once too. You were doing the perverted thing where your head's turned but your eyes are looking down. So, you know, listen, I say all the time, that's why I like to tell people that got shades, they think they're getting away with it, but I can always tell. Your chin always gives you away just a little bit, right? And we're guys. All guys have done that. You know, especially if with your significant other. Your head's looking this way, your eyes are like this. You know, so listen, I know about it. You're doing it out here for different reasons. It's inappropriate still, okay? So, all right? I just wanted to say that. Head and eyes. Because if you look down, and trust me, even if you do it for a second, it's going to affect your turn. Now, you're not going to feel it too much in here because it's a lot of space. But we practice for good habits, right? Head and eyes. Head and eyes. All right, but if you guys are going all the way in, head and eyes. Use all the space you have. Right turn, same thing. My throttle and my clutch stay the same. Head and eyes. You hear my engine? It's the same. The only thing controlling my speed is my rear brake. Head and eyes. If you want to use some momentum, all right? Any questions? Why am I turning this off? I'm still in here. Bam! Throttle. Good. Good job. That's a perfect example. Speed is not your friend. Slower you go, the better. Head and eyes, good. Good job. Good job. Good. Throttle, throttle, throttle. Look at me. Look at me. Beautiful. Good job. right, this is nothing for Yvonne. Look at that. Nice. Good job. Beautiful. Oh, this motorcycle's got a big ass. Woo! There we go. Nice. Very nice. And yes, I know she's not leaning the motorcycle enough, but I really don't care because she's also demonstrating throttle control and rear brake control. Clay's just the opposite. He used the speed. So when he leans that motorcycle, he kind of lets it glide through the turn. He's still making the turn, so what do I care? He's not just making it either. Good. Throttle, 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 throttle. Good. You're good. Just got to throttle. Throttle. Preload and keep it loaded. Don't get frustrated. You're okay. Beautiful. I knew Yvonne was going to make that 18-foot turn. Uh-oh, Dave's going for it. Turn that head. All right, try it again. You had it. That was like 15 feet you had. Good. Nice. Okay, good. He slowed down this time. Wow, it's like he heard me. Wow. Excellent. Excellent. Must have read my mind. Keep it loaded, Joann. Keep it loaded. Turn your head. Keep the throttle up. Look at me. Keep the throttle up. Turn. Good. Turn. Turn. Lean. Good. Good. Just got to keep that throttle up. You're good. That's right. Beautiful. Come on, Dave. Beautiful. Bam, you're going on the right side. Nice. Right turns now, right turns. I got a surprise for them too. Something new I'm gonna add today. Stay tuned. Good job, fam. Clay, I don't know if Clay heard me or not, but he's much slower now, which is beautiful. Perfect. Throttle, look at me. Look at me. Good. Very good. Turn your head, Dave. You're buried. Good head turn. Good lean. Oh, ooh. It's all right. Slow it down in there. Slow it down in there. He's going a little fast. His bike's bigger than Clay's, so it's going to make more of a difference if he puts his foot down and his heel catches that saddlebag. I want him to slow down. I don't want him flying through there. Clay's even slowed down a lot. Look how much slower he's going. Head turn. Good. 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 Beautiful. Much better. Joann's already getting looser. Nice. Very nice. Good. She's getting cocky. I love it. Turn your head. All right, this time go a little slower. Remember, guys, this is a slow speed motorcycle operation. The faster you go, you you're giving up control. Much better. That's the tightest U-turn you've made. Tightest U-turn you've made. And it's always going to be tighter when you go slower. All right, when you come back right here. I mean, over here on this side. Head and eyes, look over here. Look over here, you're looking down. There you go. Beautiful. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. I don't know if Clay heard me, but he slowed down dramatically. I said to the preloaders, he's going too fast. So he's kind of just letting the motorcycle coast through the U-turn. He doesn't have a problem leaning the motorcycle, so no problem. But man, when he slowed down, the radius of his turn went like this. Same thing with Kevin. Kevin was doing the same thing. He slowed down. Now he was right here. Before he was over here. So again, speed is very important. Lack thereof is even more important. All right, once again, you guys are pioneers. You did a great job on this. But I'm gonna add something else to this today. So today, what I want you guys to do, we're only gonna do it maybe once or twice. I want you to come up to this line and stop. You can stop wherever you want, between this line and that line. Basically, you're gonna be doing like exercise number 4, but you're making a U-turn. So from a stop, just make a U-turn. All right? I'm gonna show you how I want that to look. Nothing fancy, just like we did in exercise number 4, except you're not just making a 90-degree turn, you're making a U-turn. So if you wanna go straight a little bit, just like you do in exercise number 4, you have way more space here, so don't worry about that. So come right to the line. If you're gonna, I'm assuming everybody except Yvonne and Dave are gonna try to 18 feet. But if you're gonna try to 18 feet, for the rest of you normal people, signal light, make sure I'm in first gear, cover the rear brake, preload and keep it loaded. Turn my head and eyes, look where I want to go. Before I move the motorcycle, my head and my eyes are turned. Turn the handlebars, lean. Go for my camera. Then we're going to do the same thing on the right side. First gear, cover the rear brake, preload, keep it loaded. Head and eyes, look. Rear brake, use that rear brake. Any questions? Joann, I want you to make sure your RPMs are up. You have to keep them there. It's a steady thing. We don't blip the throttle. We keep it there. Preload and keep it loaded.
Sounds like a scooter. You can't hear it.
I can hear it when she's next to me. Hi, Pam. All right. Same thing as exercise number 4, but you're making a U-turn. Preload, keep it loaded. Look over here. Good. I don't want that foot out, Joann. Only put it down when you're gonna stop, okay? Okay. Preload, keep it loaded. Head and eyes, before you even, here we go. Good. Head and eyes. Head and eyes. Good. Good preload, good head and eyes. Handlebar turn, rear brake, I can hear it. Outstanding. Right turn next time. That was perfect. She did everything the way you're supposed to do it. Preload, she kept it loaded. Head and eyes. Turned the handlebars, kept her eyes and head turned the whole time. Too much speed. Got to use that rear brake. Too much speed. Much better stop, Joann. See how her foot came down that time? Good. Preload. Good, good. Turn, turn. Look at me. Come to me. Good. You're good. Outstanding. Good job. Get that foot up, Yvonne. Good, good. Beautiful. His head's buried. He's still making the turns. I'm not going to let him get away with it though, because he also rides a Harley. If he doesn't apply those principles here with this motorcycle, he's going to do the same thing on the heavy motorcycle. All right, good. Or should I say the other motorcycle? I said I'm not going to say heavy anymore. All right, rear brake, preload. Good. Throttle, throttle, throttle. All right, you're looking down too. Come on, Pam. You're better than that. Those right turns get to people. Good. There you go. Use that rear brake. See, it happened to him right there. He felt some fear, gave it a lot of gas, but this time he didn't stay in the gas. That's the good thing. Look at my camera. Preload. Keep it loaded. Pick up the foot. Good. Nice. There we go. Head and eyes. Dave's head is buried. He picks it up at the last minute, but you want to look before you turn. Good. All right, after this one, exercise number 7, figure 8. What you're going to do today. Good. Turn your head. Look at my camera. Good. Much better. You hear her brakes? You're using that brake the whole time, dragging. That's what you want to do. Better. Good, good. Good job. Nice and easy for you, Yvonne. All right, we can see we're going to be doing the maze today. That's better, Dave. That's better. He turned his head and eyes a little bit more this time. And last but not least, Kevin. Very good. He was late, but it was worth it. All right, guys. That was great. Excellent work. Exercise number 7, figure 8. Hey, Joann, is that the first time you dropped that motorcycle?
Oh, you saw it? Oh, shit.
Is that the
Hope I did not.
is that the first time you dropped it?
Yes.
Good. So we got. Are you still alive?
Yeah.
Are you hurt?
No.
Is the motorcycle still running? Okay. I mean, I want you to see. I want you to see that they didn't design these. They're not made out of glass. So you're fine. There's two kinds of riders out there: people that have dropped their motorcycles and people that haven't dropped them yet. All right. Now I've actually I've recoined that. There's two kinds of riders out there. There's regular riders and there's preloaders. So you guys are preloaders. If you really practice, I mean, if you really are out there practicing, it's inevitable that your motorcycle is going to get dropped. The best motorcycle riders in the world still drop their motorcycles because we're not machines. It's going to happen, okay? Especially when your husband gets you a motorcycle that's too tall for you, all right? Okay, so, all right. So, guys, excellent job on the U-turn. Right now, you guys are looking like superstars because it's really just phenomenal, okay? But as you can see, speed is not your friend, okay? Head and eyes. Now, where's Dave? Dave's got his head buried. And I say to myself, I'm not going to let Dave off the hook because it's not that important while he's riding that. But he also has a Harley Davidson. If he doesn't do it with that, he's going to do the same thing on that other motorcycle. So that's why we just want to get in the habit. Head and eyes, handlebars. Head and eyes. Don't look down. There's nothing for you to see there. Look where you want to go. Speaking of which, figure 8, Pam's favorite exercise. So the key to this, guys, pretty much what you were doing over there, that's what we're doing here. All right? U-turns, except you're going to continue it. Figure 8. When you come in here, I want you to go for the corner. When you get over here, head and eyes. You're looking for this cone right here, this green cone. Now, when you first go to turn, you're probably not going to be able to see it. Just keep looking until you can see it. Now, when you come to this corner, that's the last time you're going to go to a corner. After that, this is your focal point. We're doing figure 8s. I also don't want you to rip yourself off. So now if it's Yvonne or if it's Dave, they really don't need all of this space to make this turn. But I want you to use all of this space if you need it. Because if you make your turn right here and you give up 10, 12 feet, it's going to catch you over there unless you really lean your motorcycle, okay? I'm trying to make this so you don't, I want you to lean, but you shouldn't have to lean excessively if you use all this space. This is 27 feet by 46 feet. So, you get to this corner, head and eyes, I can actually see it right now. But everybody's not this, everybody has different dexterity. Head and eyes, handlebars. Dragging your rear brake all the time, controlling your speed. All right? That's part of Clay's problem. Clay feels it, he gets into the gas, but he doesn't use the rear brake, so takes him off. Stay on that rear brake. All right? You go towards this cone, head and eyes. Now you're looking for the cone that's actually behind you. So yeah, you're not going to see it right away, but I can see it. I see it right now. Peripheral vision is amazing. Come around. Every time you come around, you're going back to the middle, not the corner anymore. All right? And when you get there, when you turn here, your handlebars are turned, your handlebars are turned. Some people get caught in the transition and they either wind up going straight or they go back around again. That happens sometimes. It's a balance thing. Transition, head and eyes. Now, even though you're right here, you're looking for this cone. You'll find it. Just keep looking over your shoulder. I see it right now. One more time, and you go out. So you're going through this twice, and then you go out. So remember, the only time you're going to the corner is when you first come in and when you're done. You're in the friction zone the whole time. You're dragging that rear brake to control your speed. Lean the motorcycle. Make sure you're in first gear. Cover the rear brake. So when I come in, I'm right here. Before I make my turn, I'm looking for that cone. Head and eyes. I see it, there it is. Right here. Now, I'm gonna turn my head all the way around looking for that cone. Head and eyes. There it is, I see it. Rear brake, I'm on my rear brake. There it is, I see it. There it is, I see it. Any questions? All right, Pam, today's your day. I feel it in my bones. I'm right here. All right, use all the space you got. Whoa, 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 whoa. Throttle, throttle. Turn your head. Look at me. Come on. Come on. Okay. It's only the first time. Don't worry about it. Pick up from there. Go ahead. Turn your head. Look for this cone behind you. Throttle, throttle, throttle. All right, start over. Come on, Clay. It's only the first time. All the space. Very good. Good head turn. Good head turn. Throttle, throttle. It's only the first time. Only the first time. Good. Good. Throttle, throttle. Good. Good job. Outstanding. I never had a doubt. All right, Kev. Show them how to do it on the big bike. Good. Throttle, throttle. Good. Right here. Good. It happens. Yeah, keep going, you're good. There we go. Right, there, good, good. He's good though. He's good. Beautiful. That's how you do it on a big bike, baby. And I just said that earlier. Sometimes you get caught in the circle, but he's fine. Turn my head. Meet. There you go. Turn it all the way. Head and eyes.
All right, we go back around.
All right. So walk in the park. Walk in the park. Good job. Oh. All right, get that throttle up. Look over here. Look over here. Good, good, good. Keep it turned. Keep on coming. Okay. Turn your head. right, Clay's got this. He's already done it once. He's done it more than once anyway. Ah, he's getting frustrated. Now I'm noticing that Clay is only has 2 fingers on his clutch. So I'm gonna talk to him about that. I don't know if he feels like he has enough control like that. All right, get the throttle up. Throttle, 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 throttle. Come right here. Look at me. Good. Okay. Throttle, 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 throttle. Look at me. Good. Look at me. Keep looking. Come on. Come to me. Come to me. Keep it turned. Okay. Go the other way.
It's too high. It's too high.
Okay. I understand. You did good though. You did good. Try one more time. She said it's too hard, but if she didn't get that far, I wouldn't ask her to try it again. But she did good. Got to keep that throttle up. Oh, I see. Because I stopped there, Yvonne thinks it's supposed to stop. No. I was just showing them where I wanted them to focus on. But it doesn't matter. He's very smooth. You hear his throttle? Steady. Head and eyes, good. Nice lean. Good job. Good. Good head and eyes. Good, good. I'm right here. Oh, yeah. He's leaning it so much that he's getting caught in the lean. Sometimes when you're leaning too much and you don't have enough space, you're not going to get out of that lean. But that's not a big deal. I don't even care about that. The fact that he's comfortable enough to lean it that much, get caught in it, and just go around in another circle shows that he can make the circles. He can just make circles. That's perfect. I'm sure he'll be accompanying me in the maze, as will Dave and Yvonne. At least I think. I've been wrong before. Good job, Dave. Come on, Pam. Throttle, throttle, throttle. Head and eyes, look at me. Good. Go that way. Look at me. Good. Keep coming, keep coming. Keep coming. Okay. Throttle, throttle. Look at me. I hear the brakes, that's good. Go ahead, I got it. All right, Joann, show them how it's done. People in Italy are going to be watching this. Throttle up, get the throttle up. Look at me, I'm over here. Good, good, come on. Throttle, 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 your throttle's too low. All right, throttle, look at me. Throttle, 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 throttle. Try it again, Joann. Come right back in, come in. Come on, Joann. Pam, you go next. Yeah, keep the throttle just like that. Look at me. Keep the throttle up. Good, good. Look at me. Slow down. Throttle, throttle, throttle. Look at me. Come on, Pam. It's ladies' night in the figure eight. Ladies' day. Good. Keep that throttle up, Pam. Good. Look at me. Come on. Keep coming. Good. Now go that way. Look at me. Good. You're good. You're good. Look at me. Keep coming to me. Okay. Keep the throttle up. You're good. Look at me. Look at me. Keep coming to me. Come on. Keep the throttle up. Good. Come on. Look at the exit. Look at the exit. Look at the exit. Woo! All right. Nobody else gets to go. That's it. Shutting it down on that. Clay's going. Good job, Clay. All right. I told Pam she was doing this figure eight today. She did it on the last try. I'm shutting this exercise down. Clay's going right now, but we're not even going to record Clay because it's all about Pam right now. Beautiful. Clay's done it before. We're moving on to exercise number 8, offset double serpentine. Oh, I'm so excited. I love it when a plan comes together. Okay, so this is why I always say that when you rate yourself, your rating doesn't go down just because you have a bad day. That's just not how it works, all right? So Clay is getting frustrated with himself because certain things, he actually did the figure eight and then he came back and, you know, it happens. But that's why we practice, you know, that's why we practice. All right, so good job with that. Pam, I knew it. I knew it. Pam, you guys can't see her, but she's dancing off camera. And she should. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the offset double serpentine. And the beauty about this exercise is it incorporates the figure eight. What I mean by that is, when you go through this gate, you can actually go through this gate sideways if you want. Because the goal is, I don't want you to go straight to this gate. I want you to go over here. All right? And when you get about right here, head and eyes, I want you to look, you know you're going through here. You're gonna look from the gate that you came from. Turn. The reason you're all the way over here is it's gonna make this turn that much easier. So you should be coming through this gate like this, not like this. Because if you come through like this, wow, this is a hell of a turn, right? You're making it harder for yourself if you come straight to it. Go out wide, so you're treating it like a figure eight. Now when you come out, remember I told you to look at that gate, because that's what you're going towards, all right? Then, same thing, head and eyes. Now you're gonna look at the gate you came from. So you're doing the same thing. So you're coming to the outside of this, and when you come through this gate, you're going through just like you started, sideways. And now you're going right where you came from. Head and eyes, look at the gate you came from, all right? And so on and so forth. Now, aside from Yvonne and Dave, can you go straight to the gate and still make this? Yeah, you could. You just have to lean the motorcycle more. But I want you guys to work smarter, not harder. I'm gonna demonstrate it. All right, so Yvonne, I noticed that when you came into the figure eight, you kept stopping. So I stopped because I was just trying to show you a reference to where I wanted you to stop. But you don't have to stop, just keep going. So when you see me stop, don't stop, okay? So you'll notice I'm always facing away from where I'm headed. Head and eyes, I see where these cones are. Once I start turning, then I'm looking at those cones where I just came from. And I go for them. So I'm actually facing it, not exactly, but I'm headed that way. Head and eyes, look where I want to go. Once I start turning, look at these cones right here. Make sure I'm in first gear. Okay. Always on that rear brake. You're coming back. Here you go through this gate sideways, not straight. How you start this is going to help you the rest of the way. If you start it wrong, you can still correct it. Just take more technique. Head and eyes. All right. Any questions? All right. Pam? Pam is fired up now. I thought Pam was going to drop the mic and just leave on a high note.
You should have heard her in the intercom in here.
Oh, you guys got the intercoms going? Yeah. That's cool. They got the intercoms going. Okay, so Pam's going to go first. I'm going to stay where I want to go. Bill's still standing by, hanging out on the back of the pickup truck. Always good to have Bill here hanging out. It's a nice day. Didn't start out that way. It was like 34 degrees. Come towards me. Keep coming. Okay. Throttle, throttle, throttle. Okay. All right, she's done. Who's next? We got people standing next to their motorcycles. That means they don't want to do this. Nobody's rushing to do it. Okay, we got Yvonne. Now, Yvonne's on his tippy toes too on his motorcycle, so, I mean, those are just some high motorcycles. Good, good, good. Very good. Oh yeah, very nice. Very nice. I see his rear brake light on. He's using the rear brake. Head and eyes, leaning nicely. Damn, that motorcycle's got a fat ass. Very good. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Outstanding. All right, you guys are, let's go, let's go. Kevin, excellent. Good, good. Yeah, nice and easy. Now, I forgot to tell him that you want to try to not go over the outside lines. You want to try to keep it in there. But that's not even important now. What's important now is he's turning his head, his throttle is good, his clutch control is good, and he's using the rear brake. Outstanding. Yeah, you're feeling it now. Dipping and diving on the way out. I like it. Keep coming. Nope. So she didn't keep coming to me, so she went towards the gate too soon, so now everything is tighter. Now see, Dave went right towards the gate, but it's not gonna matter on this motorcycle. It's not gonna matter at all. He can go straight to each gate, he's fine, but he's still swinging out right there, he's swinging out. Good. We want to always practice the proper technique, even if we don't have to. Just in case one day we do have to, we already know how to do it because that's how we practice. So, like I said, he's got a big Harley. He can't do that same thing on a big Harley. Keep coming, all right. Go towards the gate you came from, turn your head, look at it. All right, next turn. Good, throttle, throttle, throttle. Keep it turned, all right. Okay, remember, when you're making a turn, you gotta keep the turn. If you straighten out just for a second, you're losing space, all right? Keep the turn. You turn too soon. But he can lean, so he's fine. You hear his engine, right? That's good. He was incorporating a lot of speed at first, but you see how he slowed down? Oh, beautiful. Much better. Good. Nice. Very fluid. There we go. Very good clutch control, throttle, and use of that rear brake. And head and eyes, like it's perfect. And when it's done right, that's what it looks like. You know what it looks like, you know what it sounds like, and he knows what it feels like. Outstanding. A little dip and dive at the end. That thing turns too nice. But good thing is, we got paint here now. Well, it's not paint, it's chalk. Nice. Okay, we got Yvonne here. Very good. I'm not even going to tell him about the lines on the outside because it doesn't matter. I know it wouldn't matter to him anyway. He'd still do it. His technique is good. The motorcycle turns well. And he's comfortable with it. He's comfortable with what he's doing. It shows. Bill's over there riding Pam's motorcycle. Now we got Clay going. And after Clay, we're going to move on to exercise number 9, which is rear collision avoidance. Very nice. This is Clay's exercise. He always does this exercise well. Looks really good. All right, guys, exercise number 9. All right. Accident collision avoidance. Clay, I'm going to rename exercise number 7 to Clay. Because for some reason, that offset double serpentine, you got that. I mean, you do that well all the time. It looks so natural when you do it. Okay. So this is the final exercise in the series of exercise number 9, before we get to the maze and then follow the leader. This is simulating rear collision avoidance. Okay? So, right here, this simulates a car. Okay? This is simulating the side of a car. So basically what you're doing is you see something coming up behind you, it's not stopping, so it's time to do some lane splitting. Okay? You're going to bring your motorcycle up to this white line. The distance between this line and this cone is 5 feet. Okay? So, we're going to line up. Whoever's second is going to just start pulling up. We're always scanning while we're riding. You look in your mirror. You see something's coming up and it doesn't look like it's stopping. First time you do this, you're going to go left. Second time you do it, you're going to go right. Now, same thing as before. We make sure we're in first gear. As soon as you stop, make sure you're in first gear. Preload and keep it loaded before everything we do. As soon as the motorcycle starts to move, pick up your foot. Now, because we're scanning all of the time and we're proactive, we're not waiting to the last minute. This car is definitely not going to stop in time. So don't worry about trying to do this really fast. Just do it without hitting this car and without hitting this car. Okay? Preload, keep it loaded. Let the clutch out into the friction zone. Turn the handlebars before you move. Boom. Now, if you're going a little fast, when you get to this part, the transition, you might have to squeeze the clutch in to make that turn. Depends on how fast you're going, all right? You may not have to. Now, as I always say, in the real world, are we ever riding in the middle of a lane? No, because we don't want to ride in the oil spot, the oil slick spot, which even if you don't see it, it's probably accumulating on your tires. We don't want that because we're preloaders. We make a lot of tight turns. We need all the grip we can get on our tires, right? Also, are we ever going to be this close to a car when we're stopped? No. You always want to be further back, give yourself space, and be offset, either to the left side of the lane or the right side of the lane, okay? That way you can actually see around the car a little bit. If something happens and you need to move, you don't have to worry about, oh my God, I'm not going to make it. You have plenty of space to move. This is also a reason why we don't stop our motorcycles and put them in neutral. I mean, I've heard riders say, oh man, I'm in neutral before I even come to a stop. To me, these Harleys are always an issue getting in neutral anyway. So to be concentrating on putting it in neutral while you're still moving, just keep it in first gear. Obviously, if you need to stop, go in your saddlebag, you know, you have to do something that's different. Remember, I speak in general terms. For the most part, the habit that you should be having is when you stop, you're covering the rear brake, the motorcycle's in gear, your left foot's down. Now, if you want to put both of your feet down, that's fine. It's really not a big deal because it's not going to change anything. If something's coming, cover the rear brake real quick and you go. All right? So, this is what it's going to look like. I'm scanning, I'm checking my mirror. Car's coming, preload. Nice and easy, nothing fancy. Right turn, same thing, scanning, here comes the car. All right, Pam, Clay behind Pam, Dave behind Clay, Yvonne behind Clay, Joann behind. The order doesn't matter. As soon as you see him coming, you go. Go ahead. Good. Good. Here she comes. Good. Oh, well, all right. Good. Now go to the right this time. Pull up some more. Okay. Good. There we go. Go. Very nimble. He's nimble on that bike. Come up some more. Up, up, up. Very good. Let's go to the left. Worked it out. Good. Whoa, he's already here. Go. Yeah, very nimble. All right, guys, that's it. Exercises 1 through 9. Moving on to the maze, and I think I'm going to have some company today. Some successful company. All right. The maze.
Hey.
For those that choose to tackle it.
Hey.
You're in it right now. So, this is just a series of U-turns. There's an entrance there and an exit there. If you come in this way, you're making 2 lefts and 1 right. If you come in that way, 2 rights and 1 left. So we're tackling both sides. So the key to this is when you come in here, I got a cone missing.
Sure do.
Unless I didn't put it there. Anyway, when you come in here, make sure you, where?
No, that's supposed to weave.
Yeah, that's the weave. All right.
Don't listen to me.
Maybe I forgot to put it there, I don't know. When you come in here, make sure you're on this line. You don't have a lot of space to play with here. Head and eyes are very important in this. Look where you want to go. I actually tell you to keep your head up. You can look down on this one, that's fine, because I want you to, the important thing is to make this turn. And once you make this turn, hold it. The good thing is you don't have any quick transitions here. You have plenty of time as you're going straight to get yourself together. Same thing, head and eyes. Then you're making a turn here. Then when you get over there, head and eyes. All right, everybody get the hell out of my maze so we can do this. All right, so first, before we even start, who's participating in the maze? That victory is still on, by the way. Is that a victory? A Vaccaro, yes. Pam, you doing the maze?
No, sir.
Yvonne, you doing the maze? And I know you're going to try the maze. And I know he's going to do it. All right.
Hey, I'm trying too.
You going to try the maze?
Yeah.
This is probably the first time I'm going to tell somebody, probably not a good idea.
Okay.
She can try it, yeah. Then do the same thing going the other way. Head and eyes. Head and eyes. Head and eyes. Now you'll notice I'm not going fast. You don't want to go fast because then you're taking up space. And if you're riding a motorcycle like Dave's, you can go a little faster. He's got more space to give. All right? But Kev, you don't got no space to give on that thing. I've been saying for the longest, that motorcycle's got a big ass. Like it's like wide. Like it's, you know. Yeah.
I like Lucille.
That's the name, Lucille? Am I the only one that doesn't have a name for his motorcycles?
CBO.
There you go, that's it.
You call it CBO or practice bike.
Well, this one has a name actually. It's Equals First Cousin. All right, who's up first? Yvonne.
Where's Bob? Get on Pam.
Pam is sitting it out. Pam is sitting it out.
Okay. Down there.
Good, good, good. He started that early, but he's got a good turning radius. He clipped the cone. He's good. Head and eyes. Dave can get away with a lot of stuff on his motorcycle. Look at this. Oh man, he still put a foot down. Gotta keep it loaded. We gotta put some more peanut oil in this motorcycle to give it some more fuel. Nice and slow, Clay, nice and slow. Because that's Clay's problem with this, he goes too fast. Nice, come all the way over. Start over, you're not gonna make it.
good at first.
Yeah, that's the first time you've done that. That's the first time Clay has made that first turn. And the biggest reason for it is he slowed down. If you go back and look at those other videos, he was flying through it. See, with an 18-foot U-turn or less, you can't use speed to get you through that turn. You have to actually throttle, clutch, rear brake. When you're making a wider U-turn, you can incorporate a little bit more speed, and that'll make it a little easier for you. But even with the turning radius that Yvonne has on this motorcycle, see how slow he's going? It makes it so much easier. He speeds up in between, but then he slows down right before the turn. I do the same thing. Beautiful. So next time he comes through, we'll have him go through the other side, and then we'll be done with this. Head and eyes. Throttle, throttle, throttle. Ah, the same right turn's kicking his butt. All right, throttle, throttle, throttle.
That's the first time it's been dropped.
Yeah. Pam is celebrating a drop. We don't celebrate drops. Robert Simmons paying it forward. Kickstand?
Kickstand.
All right. Right? Yeah, because those right turns were giving them a hard time before. There we go, there we go. Head and eyes. Good job. Nice and smooth. See how smooth and fluid he is? Beautiful. It's like a work of art. You done? Yeah. Okay. Outstanding. All right, guys, we're going to move on to follow the leader. Excellent day today, excellent. All right, guys, follow the leader. We work on the honor system here. Here are the rules. Now, if you break one of these, not break one of these rules. If you violate one of these things, it's not really a rule. In other words, if you make a mistake, you're out. But I want everybody to participate, so it's like a little league game. You're not out forever. You're out, pull to the middle of the parking lot somewhere, someplace like this, and we're going to do a circle around you. Okay? One circle, and then fall into the rear of that circle. You're right back in, okay? Here are the rules. If you put your foot down, you're out. Fall into the middle. If you hit a cone, you're out. Fall into the middle. If I do something that you cannot do, you're out. Now, the purpose of this is whoever's behind me, you're supposed to put your wheels exactly where my wheels are, and so on and so forth. So if somebody goes like this and you go like this, you're out, okay? When we're riding on the concrete that borders grass, if you roll onto the grass, you're out, okay? That's pretty much it. Everybody clear about that? Now, keep in mind, I have a 360-degree camera that's going to be on my head. So if I don't see it, and when I go back and edit it, if I see that you stayed in, knowing you broke a rule, I'm going to put on the video, cheater.
Zoomed in, too.
He zoom in, he'll call you out.
So I'm going to let you know now, when I get on the sidewalk, I'm going to do exercise number 2 to the extreme.
Yes,
My purpose is to get you to put your foot down.
He certainly
And if you put your foot down, just roll off the sidewalk. All right, you'll be fine. And just fall in someplace in the middle. The last time I did that, I was running out of space. I really thought he was going to be with me, and I got him at the last minute. So
Last minute, all of a sudden he just went. I'm sorry.
Okay, Pam,
Yes, sir.
you did excellent again today.
Thank you.
What did you rate yourself when you first came today?
A 1.
Did you? Any change in that number?
Yes.
What's the change?
2. I did the figure 8.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. And I'm gonna respectfully disagree with her too. I say all the time, if anybody could do that figure 8, they're no less than a 4. That's what I usually say. But I understand that if that's your number, that's your number. I'm not gonna argue with you. Will you be back?
Yes.
Are you gonna put your motorcycle back in that trailer when you come back if it still has what's in there? I'm not gonna say.
I have to.
Okay, but you're gonna encourage him.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, good. Very good. Always a pleasure to have you here.
Thank
And you
you.
did awesome.
Had fun. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm glad you had fun. That's what it's all about. Come on over, Clay. Everybody's going to stand next to this motorcycle because
Sounds good.
we know why. She's a valedictorian.
Yeah, right? I'm proud of her. She did great.
All right, Clay, what did
Yes.
you rate yourself when you came?
3.
Okay, and any change in that number?
Didn't improve today. Had a bad day. Off day today.
Okay, so it's
But-
still a 3.
You know, I still stayed at 3 right now.
Okay, but you did have fun.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
It's
good,
always
good.
a blast to come out.
Good.
I
And
appreciate it.
I appreciate you being out here. I appreciate you making the trip, and I appreciate you showing me the trailer. Guys, one day I'm going to do a video just on this guy's trailer. When he makes one more change, I'm going to do it.
One more change. I got to
Awesome.
change it first.
Good to see you, man.
too.
All right. Dave, come on up. They made the crash, guys. Don't worry about it.
Made the crash.
All right, Dave, any change in the number? What was your number?
Yeah, I said 8. So I think I'm a little humbled, so I'd drop it down because, you know,
Okay. What's the number you're dropping it down to?
I'd say a 5.
Okay, that's good. That's good, that's good. Did you enjoy yourself?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Are we going to see the
Anytime
Harley
I
out
get
here?
on the bike. Maybe in a few more weeks.
Okay.
You'll get Charlene out here.
Good. I would love to see Charlene out here, all right? Because like I said to Dave, Dave's not doing certain things, and I don't want to excuse it just because he's riding a small motorcycle, because if he does it on that, he's going to do it on the other one too. So, well, however we ride a motorcycle, that's how we're going to ride. So, all right? So, but you did good. You did very well. When you said 8, my eyebrows went up because I'm an 8. So, I definitely rate myself an 8. Okay. Kev, come on up here. So, Kev, first, please introduce yourself to your fellow preloaders. What's your name?
Kevin from Columbia. I rolled down from Columbia, South Carolina.
How long is that ride?
Normally supposed to take about 2 hours and 15 minutes, but today it took me probably closer to 3 hours. So
Wow. And it's cold today, right?
yeah, because of traffic.
Traffic?
Cold and windy.
Oh, gosh.
Or it was cold and windy. I should have stripped more now. So,
How long you been riding?
since 2005.
Okay, so you've been riding a good amount of time. And what are you riding?
I'm riding a 2016 Kawasaki Vaquero.
All right, we got to look at it because we didn't get to see it. So let's look at it. Now, when he first pulled up on his motorcycle, I thought he was coming to ask for directions because I knew he wasn't coming for this course because he was like 30 minutes late. But you guys don't know, off camera, this guy's a former Marine.
Never former.
Never former. I knew he was going to say it. That's why I said that. I'm testing to see if he's actually a Marine. When you get that response, you know he is. Anyway, he did 10 Marine push-ups, which means it was really like 20 or 30. All right, he did it off camera. So stand-up type of guy. Very good, very good. All right, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your slow-speed motorcycle riding skills, 10 being the best?
Coming in here today, I was thinking 2 is where I rate myself, but I know you hate halves, but I'm gonna say 3.5.
3.5 is fine. I don't hate halves. When people start saying 2 3/4, it's come on, you know? All right, man, nice to meet you. Will you be back?
I will be back.
Okay, good to meet you.
All right, thank you.
All right, we got some other stragglers that rolled in from Italy. So that's a hell of a commute. So we're gonna give them a slack. You guys gonna do this together? Look at this.
Sure. After 25 years.
25 years, great.
Yes,
You guys
yes.
married?
Yeah.
How long you been married? 25 years.
25.
See, I'm used to taking psychological exams, so I might ask you the same question more than once, see if you're telling me the truth.
Okay.
All right,
With him or with someone else?
Okay.
what's your name?
Joann?
And your name?
Ivan or Ivan? whatever.
Ivan? How do you pronounce it?
Ivan.
See, he's a nice guy. Because if you pronounce his name wrong, he says, it's fine. It's not fine. His name's Ivan. Okay, Ivan. Where you guys from?
We're from Italy, Sicily, and we moved to Hilton Head Island 7 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And, oh, okay, 7 years ago.
Yeah.
How long you guys been riding a motorcycle? You first, Joann.
We grew up riding motorcycle.
Okay.
Riding motorcycle. I started with Vespa, and he always been with BMW.
Okay.
Yes, and now I am with BMW.
Okay. You guys know that when I ask a question, I'm actually asking the question as if these people are on the stand. She didn't answer my question, so let's try it again. How long you been riding a motorcycle?
I was 15 the first time I rode a motorcycle, so 10 years ago.
She doesn't want to tell you the age. She doesn't want to tell you the age.
I know. Yvonne, how long you been riding a motorcycle?
I'm 45, so probably 38.
Okay, 38 years.
Yeah.
Now, when Yvonne first pulled up, late, but when he first pulled up, he wasn't ridiculously late. What did we finish? We just finished exercise number 2, 3? Oh yeah, all right, yeah, he was pretty good. All right. But I cut them some slack because, again, they're coming from a distance. It's not really an excuse. Did you guys hit any traffic?
No, it was because just 2 calls. Okay.
Exactly. That's called self-incrimination, people. You can plead the 5th on that. Okay. And the first thing Joann said is, I'm freezing. All right, so the sympathy points. All right. What are you riding, Joann? What kind of motorcycle did you ride today?
BMW 90.
What year is it?
It's 2018.
2018.
2019 BMW what?
It's a 2019 BMW R90 Urban GS.
That's a lot of letters. Okay. Let's take a look at it.
That's what I said,
now,
90.
You know what, Joann? The whole time you've been out here, I just realized, or I just noticed the rims on this thing. Very nice. I like it. It's like a bicycle.
Thank you. What is he talking about?
So,
The wheels.
I'm sure you guys heard on camera already, but Joann was kind of blaming Yvonne big time for the motorcycle being too tall for her. He purchased it. So, when you bought the motorcycle, Ivan, was she with you?
Yes.
Did you get on the motorcycle, Joann?
No. She's still it.
So you never got on the motorcycle, but you were there when he purchased it?
Yes.
Okay, Joann, I can't side with you anymore and say it's his fault.
Oh, no, it was not for me. That's why we brought it. Was for him.
Ah!
Oh, no, he didn't buy a motorcycle to me. It was just for him.
I bought for everybody.
I think we should cut this thing. It's too long.
And how long have you been riding? Did you answer that
no.
already?
Yep.
How long have you been-
This
one, yeah.
motorcycle, it's probably a month.
A month, okay.
Yes.
And
yes.
I know you weren't here at first to rate yourself, so now, what would you rate your slow-speed motorcycle operating skills at?
Well, I want to say 2.
2? Okay,
Yes,
that's cool.
Yes.
2's cool.
Yeah.
How
I thought
about
it was
you?
more, but it's 2.
How about you, Yvonne?
How about me?
Yeah, how about you? No, they can't tell you. You got to tell us what you rate yourself.
Right.
I'll tell you what I think you are after you tell me what you are.
7.
Okay, 7. Okay, not bad at all. Well, it's not about that. All right, what did you ride today?
I ride a BMW 1000 GS from 1989.
1989?
Yep.
This is a 1989 motorcycle?
Yep, it's 32 years old
Wow.
BMW in pristine condition.
Guys, did you hear what he just said? This motorcycle is 32 years old. No way. Oh. No way.
Yep.
I would have never guessed that this motorcycle, 1989?
1989.
Wow. What has this thing been doing? Sitting in the garage?
Apparently, I bought an auction, got less than 32,000 miles on it, so
That is outstanding.
never moved.
That is outstanding.
Well, move a lot today.
So I'm noticing you're talking, but Joanne's holding the mic. So, all right. So you rate yourself a 7. Will you guys be back?
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I will put a lower suspension in our bike.
Perfect. So we can eliminate that excuse.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, we're coming back.
So remember what we do here. I always say this is not the Flintstones. We don't use our feet. So it really doesn't matter if our bike is too high because she's not touching the ground anyway. You know, we're kind of using our hands and our right foot for the brake. But we also want her to be comfortable. This is about being comfortable. It's about being confident. Okay? Do you feel a little more confident from when you first started today?
Yes.
And even if you said no, I would tell you were lying because I saw it. I saw the difference right away. And the first thing Joann told me was, I'm nervous. So that's why I was glad to see. That's why we practice. Because
Right.
once your confidence goes up, nervousness goes down. All right, pleasure to meet you both.
Thank you.
All right?
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we're going to clean up the cones. We're done here. Unless they want to ride around some more, we're done. All right, guys, another great practice session. Again, today it started out at like 34 degrees, and right now it's 63. I knew it was going to go up anyway, so that's South Georgia for you. Tomorrow's Easter. Tomorrow's high is going to be like in the 70s, but that's why I did the practice session today on the Saturday so people can enjoy their Easter. A lot of fun today. Oh my gosh, I love my preloaders so much. I can never say that enough. You know, never say that enough. A couple of people were late today, but we'll work it out. Listen, we're family. You know, it's not like this is a repetitive thing. You know, if there is, we're going to have some people, you know, right? All right. Okay, guys, I want to thank you for joining me for another practice session. If you hung in there for this whole video, you did yourself a service, actually. You did yourself a service. Remember, these practice sessions are not just for people that are nervous or they rate themselves a 1, a 2, or a 3. This is for all skill levels. You have to keep practicing. This is a very, very perishable skill, so you have to keep practicing it, all right? So I want to thank all the preloaders that came here today. They're out there now picking up the cones. I want to thank them for that. I want to remind you guys to spend more time being thankful for the things that you have and less time complaining about the things that you don't. If you guys like this video, if you got anything out of it, if you like any of my videos, please hit that subscribe button, all right? But in this video in particular, if you do like it, hit that like, share, and if you want to be notified of future videos that I make, hit that notification bell and switch it to all. I want to give a special shout out to my brothers and sisters in blue. Please be careful out there, guys. Know that you're appreciated, all right? We care about you. And special shout out to the NYPD Highway Patrol Motorcycle Unit, particularly Highway 1, because that's where I used to work. And the Highway Motorcycle District, because that's where the school is. That's what taught me how to ride this motorcycle the way I ride it. But as I just stated, guys, it doesn't stop there. Have to keep practicing. Practice, practice, practice. And remember, you can't practice this once a month and think you're going to be okay. You have to continually practice, okay? All right. Anytime you go out and ride, you're practicing, okay? All right, guys, keep up the good work. Keep with the comments. Keep with the emails, all right? You know, and however else you guys reach out to me, it's appreciated. You're not bothering me, so don't worry about it. But remember, preload, keep it loaded. Practice, practice, practice. Preload and keep it loaded. Practice, practice, practice. Preload and keep it loaded. Practice, practice, practice. Until next time, guys.